Hello, I'm DarkerDevotee, and that was a really weird hello, wasn't it? Hello, I'm DarkerDevotee, and welcome to a game called Pangs. You are hungry. I assume it's pronounced Pangs. This is a game that can be found on itch.io, free to play as always, normally. And it's a text-based game? I don't know. I just downloaded it, okay? Let's just get into it. I don't read into these games, I just download them. You are awake. It feels as though you have been asleep for a long time. You do not know where you are, or even who you are. I am Daniel. Look at surroundings. It's alright, it needs a good clean, but it will do, Look at self. Well, hello there. Yes. Okay, sure, let's look at self first. I want to know who we're playing as. You cast a glance over yourself, and you are dressed rather nicely. Alright, I guess. I just got a plain jumper on. Green jumper, matches my eyes. Not really, but you know. You are dressed rather nicely. You think appropriate for a night out on the town, or you would be were you not for those tears. And is that blood? You wonder where you are headed. Okay, look at surroundings. You are a dimly lit alley. You are certainly not headed there, dressed in the way you are. It reeks of garbage and piss. It's probably for the best that you leave. As you stand up, you become clear of one thing. You are hungry. I've just now had some food. When was the last time you ate? Just now, but then again, I am like one of these people who are always hungry, so you can't remember. In fact, you can't remember anything. It is not important. You are hungry. You move to leave, but you hear a sound approaching, more like a ruckus. More like a ruckus. You wonder if it is better to hide or stand your ground. Hide? You duck behind a dumpster, struggling to hold your breath. I need to keep on reading. Has your sense of smell always been this sensitive? Or is the dumpster just particularly rancid? You feel as though you can pick out each individual piece of trash and rotten food by smell. Are you some sort of werewolf or something? You realise quickly that there's really no sense in hiding. Haha, I see the pun there. I like it. Sense of smell, sense of hiding, yeah. A young man stumbles drunkenly into the alley. Harmless, probably. You can't see much from your spot, but you hear a zip and a stream of, well, you try your best to stay still and give the lad his privacy. Alright then. You wait. You are patient. You must have drank an awful lot. You finally hear him zip up, and he turns to leave. He must have drank an awful lot, probably. But there's just one problem. You're hungry. You're awfully hungry. You're so hungry, you couldn't resist. You couldn't resist. Where did I get the word resist from? You could just. You are hungry. Go for this one. I don't even know which one I clicked. Before you know what you're doing, you reach out and grab him from behind. He moves to break it out of your grasp, to call out, but you snap his neck easily, pure instinct, like your body moves on its own. How did you know what to do? Were you always this strong? And now you feel two things, hunger and guilt. You are guilty. You look over the young man. No, it's a corpse now. It was young, very young, a boy. There's naught on the body but a wallet. There's nothing on the body but a wallet. But a quick rifle through tells you enough. If a first year at local university, probably on his way home from some Freshers' Week event, his flatmate might already be wondering where he is. You wonder if you'll be caught and arrested for this. The guilt and the fear are not enough to state you. You are hungry. You are still hungry. You are incredibly hungry. It's survival of the finest. Or the fittest. I can't read. You tried to reassure yourself. The guilt is secondary. You bite into the man, breaking the skin. Warm liquid oozes into your mouth. You didn't notice how painfully dry your throat was before, but as you swallow, you feel the discomfort recede. The taste of blood is sweet and oddly familiar, but it is not enough. You're a vampire. I thought the strong sense of smell would be more werewolfy type thing. Oh no, I guess vampires do have a strong sense of smell. But, okay. You are still hungry. You tear into the flesh with your teeth. There is a slight resistance before it rips away easily. After you swallow your first bite, okay, you are a werewolf. You curiously run your tongue over the edge of your teeth. They're sharp, as though they've been filed. The meat tastes sweet, like its blood. But as you continue to devour your meal, you notice a slight aftertaste. You think of a brief moment before it comes to you. Sweet, mixed with cheap vodka. As you chew, you find yourself wishing your prey had better taste than alcohol. yeah. Rum. Just like marinated in rum for a little while. No matter, you are full. You look at the carcass strewn about you. There's quite a lot left. Flesh still on the bone, some parts even untouched. You are just one person after all. You can't be expected to eat literally your own body weight. You want to bet about that? I do that on a daily basis. It seems a bit of a waste, but you can't possibly carry that out into the street. You wonder if you can just shove it into one of the garbage bags in the dumpster. It smells awful already. Surely most people wouldn't notice. Before you can decide on what to do, you're interrupted by a voice. What are you doing? The voice is calm. Okay. What are you doing? The voice is calm. Contrary to your expectations. That sentence would have made more sense in context. Shouted, exactly, in a voice laced with fear. The owner of the voice stepped into the alley. Slight build, blonde hair, youthful face. They cast a cold gaze at you. You are a young one, are you not? Their narrowed eyes search yours, and you wonder if you should reply. Your voice cracks as you speak, rusty from disgust. How long had it been since you spoke to anyone? You don't even know what to say to them. You lick your lips anxiously. Tasting blood, it's probably all over your face. You wipe it clumsily with the back of your hand. You must look a terrible fright, yet the stranger does not seem to choke at all. Who is your sire? They demand you. Who is your sire? You rack your brain for anything. Anything you can say to them. You remember a little save for your hunger. You are no longer hungry, but perhaps you could still eat. That's such a reply. I don't know what you're talking about, you admit. Your voice is unfamiliar. You, as if you are hearing it for the first time, and it is uncomfortable. You are what you are, covered in blood, no less, and I am approaching you as if I am resembling a child, representing a child, not apprehending a murder. They reply impatiently. Take a guess. I didn't really do that impatiently. I kind of stumbled upon the words as always because I can't read. Their talk of sires and young ones, despite looking so useful themselves. You know what word you are grasping for, but you struggle a little to say it. You can't possibly be one of them, right? That's just something for fantasy stories. Vampire? It was a vampire! Okay. But vampires don't eat the flesh, they just drink the blood. Right? That's how I've always thought. And again, they do kind of a strong sense of smell, but that's more to do with werewolves and vampires. I mean, I guess they can smell like the blood from miles upon miles, and when they see the blood and they just kind of, I can almost smell it, and yeah, you know. Vampire, you offer. There's no upward lit to your speech. It is not a question. It is a little funny, actually, the absurdity of it all. The word feels like it applies after all you've just gorged on a human in an alley. What else could it be? The whole situation is cliché almost. Very good. Now stand up and let us be on our way. They speak as though it had already been decided that you will follow them. You are put off by the ignorance. You wonder whether or not you should protest. I mean, he's quite clearly a vampire too. So, you know, let's just don't say anything, just go along with it. You follow them quietly. They say nothing, but you think you see a glimmer of recognition in their eyes. Now, would you like to take home your leftovers, or shall I send it in a clean-up? Shall I send in a clean-up crew? I need one of those. I don't need one of those. Wait, what? Their tone is dry, but you think it was an attempt at a joke to ease your nerves. You are grateful, but you simply shake your head in response. You are unsure what you mean by it. Now that you're full, you don't particularly relish being near a body anymore. The stranger moves to leave the alley, and you follow. You are worried about your appearance as you follow them. Your clothes are torn, and you are covered in blood. If anyone's... I forgot to put myself into Do Not Disturb mode. And I just now... Can I go back? There you go. You are worried about your appearance. Your clothes are torn and covered in blood. If anyone saw, but they know the city well, not just a local, but they seem to know which streets are dimly lit and which streets have less human traffic. Okay. Judging by the general lack of lit up windows in the apartment buildings, it's probably very late. For the most part, though, you try to keep your head down. We have arrived. Where have we arrived? Grimmit's Place. I always had to refer something to Harry Potter. You look up. I see ceiling. You recognise the building as one you often pass on your way to work. An old hotel, abandoned but not demolished. Another listed building no one in the city can seem to find a use for. It's strange, the things you remember when you can't recall much about yourself. It's true. It is a residence of kind. They speak again, mistaking your reminiscence as hesitance. As hesitant. I can never say that word. There's so many words I just cannot say. You do not require an invitation, but of course, you wouldn't even know that, would you? In any case, wipe your feet on the way in. That is one hell of a creaky door. You don't know what you are expecting, but the place is remarkably average. The furniture is mismatched and worn, as if cobbled together from charity shops. Some pieces look to be a part of an old hotel. Yeah, I get that. It'll be morning soon, so I suggest you go to bed. They say already heading down to the hallway. That's right, I read that really weirdly. And not out here. The sun will put you on edge. The sun will put an end to your miserable existence, though, through those windows. The room at the end of the hall upstairs is free. If you are considering running away, I doubt you would make it anywhere else before daylight. Okay. You nod mutely. And head off in the direction you are told. They offer one last sentence to you before they shut the door. We will speak after sunset. The sun has set. You wake up to a knock on your door. The same arrogant voice from last night. You mumble something in response, and the door swings open. You throw the covers off your body. You look down, and you realise the sheets are covered in dried blood. And so are you. You are so tired last night, or morning, that you just collapsed into the bed without regards to the state you are in. Please, make yourself presentable and come next door, they say, simply, before shutting the door again. With that, you are left alone in your room. It is a disappointingly average room, having what you would expect from a hotel room. Nothing more, nothing less. A bed, a nightstand, a closet, and a door leading to the bathroom. Let's look everything, sure. Let's look at the bed. The sheets on the bed are cracked in dry blood. There is nothing to be done about it. Now, so you decide to just leave it be. It's not as though this hotel has a laundry service. It's very true. You look at the nightstand. You check the power button for the lamp. It fizzles a bit before it switches on. For a brief second, and then it's gone again. You're guessing no one used the room in a while. You leave it. You open the closet. There are several shirts on the hanger inside, and a few pairs of trousers neatly folded at the bottom. You grab a set of clothes that look to be your size, and you smell it. Musty. But probably still better than what you've got on. You change and leave your room. This is as good as it's gonna get. Okay. I'm not gonna, wash yourself in the bathroom or something. Well, you look awful. Cheers. I mean, I know I've looked better, but come on. Not the best thing to hear first thing in the morning. Exactly. Morning? Evening? But you are already aware of this fact. You nod in their direction as you enter the room, shuffling in self-consciously. They are sat at a table with 2 coffee mugs. Hopefully with tea in it, which I've just now reminded me I have a cup of tea here that I'm not drinking. It's getting a bit cold. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen me make this cup of tea. Fun stuff, right? Follow me on Instagram. DarkerDevotee. Yes. Link in the description. Just plugging that. They gesture for you to take a seat across them. You pull up one of the mismatched chairs and sit yourself down. There wasn't a mirror in my room. You offer, by the way of apology. Yeah, that's not gonna. You're just not gonna be able to actually see yourself, though. You do realise it's because of vampire and all. Yes, we removed those. Most of the young ones who joined have difficulty being around mirrors, but I keep forgetting you wouldn't be aware of that. Our kind have no reflections, they say, glancing at you with obvious distaste. Disdain? I really can't read it. Oh, I'm getting really tongue-tied. I'm saying that I've got a hair on my tongue. I had to say the word taint somehow, right? You ever get that point, that horrible moment when you know there's a hair on your tongue, you can't quite get it? It's gonna annoy me. It's gonna really annoy me. What's this? Stop being. There is a working shower in one of the other rooms. You should probably bathe after this. You smell human. And they push one of the mugs towards you. It is not coffee. I'd rather be drinking blood than coffee. You swallow. You remember the event of last night and the remorse you felt. How could you not? But at the same time, you are hungry. We're vampires now. We need to do this to survive. We have no time for remorse, of guilt. We need to focus on our hunger. For we are hungry. You are hungry, so hungry. You bring the mug to your lips. you bring the mug to your lips, about to drink from it. You do not need to finish it to know that this one will not satisfy you. You see them eye you over their drink. You see them eye you. You see them eye you over their drink. Oh my god! Why can't I read? You see them eye you over. No. You see them eye you over their own drink. Is that just me, or is that worded really weirdly? You see them eye you over their own drink, watching you carefully. You wonder if you should hold back, but you are hungry. Drink the wine, Michael. You're eating maggots, Michael. I'm gonna go all out, baby. Last night I was dressed to party, now I'm going all out. Yeah. You can't help it. You grab the mug and down the contents in one go. It coats your throat, soothing. It's sweet, it's warm. But it is not enough. It is nowhere near enough. You are still hungry. Still. You're hungry still. They raise an eyebrow. In your attention. In your action. Hungry, are we? You lick your lips carefully not to waste any of the pitiful meal you were offered. You do not reply. It is obvious what your answer is. You should get used to it. We do not eat the flesh of humans. Exactly. See? It makes them sick, right? If they actually eat the flesh, along with old blood, something like that. They still have not finished their mug, and you eye it. They have set their drink on the table. They are not drinking it. They are not hungry. You are hungry. You grab their mug with speed you don't know you had. With the speed you don't know you had. They do not bat your hand away, for they are bats themselves, or try to take it back as you would expect. Pleased with your small victory, you look down at the mug. It is half empty. It is not enough. By all means, gorge yourself on blood, they say. They say, unperturbed by your actions. But I hope you heard me. We do not eat the flesh. Those of our kind that do, let's just say they are not welcome at any of the soireries, I don't know how you pronounce that, we hold within our society. Why? You ask, setting down the second mug. It is still not enough, and the hunger gnaws at you from the inside. It is a common belief that taken from the flesh feed the beasts within, they reply. Well, we are all monsters, but those that partake, I would call them more animals, nevertheless. It is typically protocol to eliminate the flesh eaters, but you are still a young one, lacking education, and a sire. This is your chance at salvation. They let out a dry laugh. Didn't really know how else to interpret that. It does not sound natural. Yeah. Whatever verse of salvation one of our kind can get anyway. You nod. The hunger inside you grows. Are they dumb? I suppose it will. This is my trouble when I do all types of text-based games. I just get so badly tongue-tied whenever I try to read out loud. I'm fine reading in my head, just out loud. I just cannot do it. It doesn't help that I am actually quite badly dyslexic, but I can teach myself to get better. I suppose it will be too much to instruct you on every bit of vampire equities. So I will leave it at that for today. You will no longer eat flesh. It is not a request. Their eyes narrow. They meet yours. You avert your gaze. They sigh. There's a working bathroom on the 3rd floor. First door to your right. Please try to be a little less. They gesture generally in your direction. When you meet me here again tomorrow, you are free to wander the building as you like, but I would prefer it if you did not leave for now. It sounds more like a threat than just a preference. You are a little frightened of what might happen should you refuse to comply. You walk around the hotel as permitted. Most of the rooms are guest rooms. There are a number of them. Vampires, well, your kind, you suppose, live in there, it seems. Why am I putting really weird pauses within this? No one seems to want to... I so read that as spank. No one wants to seem to spank you. No one seems to want to speak to you, and you care little. They are unimportant. Only one thing matters. You are hungry. Damn, this really does sound like me. I'm always hungry. There is little to do within the hotel premises, but you locate several rooms of interest: a kitchen, a library, a game room. I like all three. I spend a lot of time on all three. I mean, my bedroom is pretty much just a games room. Let's face it. So I spent a lot of time in the kitchen, which is directly below me. I've always wanted just to cut out a little hole in this bedroom floor, just so I can just reach through to get the fridge from where I'm sitting right now. And the library, I do like books. Let's go to the games room. We've already eaten. We can't be too greedy, right? You step into the games room. It is old-fashioned. No arcade games, but there is a chess set, a table with playing cards, and a darts board. There's no one else in the room aside from you. There is no one to consult with, so you decide on whatever you like. Darts. Concentrate on it hard enough, and maybe it would be enough to distract you. Out of all those, I'd go for the cards. Although I do have a chess set just there. It's a Harry Potter chess set. As you grab a set of darks, you get the impression that you were once fond of this game. If you recall correctly from your very hazy memory, you were pretty good at it. You squint as you try to aim your first shot, and you miss. You completely miss. You miss completely. The dart lands itself on the wall, nowhere near the dartboard. You look down at your right hand. It's shaking. You grab it with your left. Your left hand is also shaking. Your hands are shaking uncontrollably. How long have they been doing that? It's clear that dart is out of the question. What were you thinking? Trying to place your hunger with a silly game? If you cannot eat, you feel as though you may as well go to bed. You decide to go to bed early, your stomach threatening to devour you from the inside. You try your best to control it, to ignore it. You do not want to be an outsider. You do not want to be eliminated. You are not hungry, you are not hungry, you are not hungry. Lies. You tell lies. I am turning German. You try to comfort yourself with lies, but they do not state your hunger. You pull the covers, still caked with blood, dried, spoiled, inedible, up over your head. It takes you a long time to fall asleep. It is a restless sleep, and you do not dream. You are hungry. You wake up. There is no knock on the door, no arrogant voice. What time is it? You catch sight of a slimmer silver of light falling across the floor of your room. They must have missed this spot while boarding up the windows. It is probably a bit before sunset. Everyone else must be asleep. You are awake. You are hungry. You lay there under your covers. You wonder if you should get up. You run through the possibilities in your mind. You didn't see much possible places to stash food while exploring yesterday, but maybe you missed a place. You groan. You are hungry. You are also exhausted. You are not sure if you can even summon the energy to get up to look for food. Maybe it would be the best if you try to get back to sleep. After all, you're pretty sure they'll allow you to at least a mug again when it's time to get up and meet them. Next door's being really loud. I don't know if it's being picked up on the mic, you see. I'll keep on pausing just in case. On the other hand, you are very hungry. The pitiful amount they are sure to offer you will not be enough. I mean, you're probably tired because of lack of energy from you being hungry. Right. Food gives you energy. If you don't eat well, you're going to be tired. You have no other reason why you would be tired. You haven't done anything with your day. I mean, there are many other reasons why you'd be tired, even if you don't do anything with your day. But that's beside the point. But in fact, for starters, I'm always tired. I don't do anything with my day, and I eat loads. So that's no excuse. But we're going to try and resist. We're tired. You pull the covers back over your head. Sleep does not come. But they do. Soon. Another knock on your door. Another announcement. The sun has set. They do not enter, but instead you hear footsteps padding away. You get up, struggling to ignore the ever-growling pain within your very core. You remember them mention the functional shower on the 3rd floor, but perhaps that will take your mind off things. Itchy nose. Itchy undernose. You grab another set of clothing from the closet and you head upstairs. First door on your right, you step into the bathroom. The shower is more modern than the rickety old bathtub in your room. A new addition, probably. You peel off the filthy clothes, sticking to the dried blood still caked on your body, and switch the shower on. Water pools out, running in verticals down your body. Soap is apparently a luxury that doesn't exist in this bathroom. So you scrub. Maybe someone dropped the soap. You scrub at the blood, and it washes away easily, but the smell doesn't. The smell of blood, I can't read when there's lots of noise in the background. I'm going to have to turn it down in my ears. You smell blood. You smell of human. You don't know if it's your mind playing tricks on you. Guilt and hungry intermingles. Perhaps they are one and the same. All you know is that all-consuming void within you, it hurts. You switch off the sound more like a knife being drawn, like a sword. You switch off the shower and towel off, putting on another set of vaguely musty smelling clothes. Out of habit, you turn to the sink and look at yourself over in the mirror. There is no mirror. You wonder if you might be able to convince them to pick up some soap for the bathroom. Lavender scented, maybe. What, you like an old woman or something? As you leave, you catch yourself thinking as though you are intended to settle here among the rest of your kind. It wouldn't be so bad living here, right? I mean, they're giving you a place to stay. It's good enough, right? They'll keep you under control, teach you the true ways of vampiring. Sounds pretty cool to me. It does not seem too bad a life. I mean, they have a games room, they have a library, and they have a kitchen, they have all sorts here. It's awesome. It doesn't seem too bad to live here, you'd think. Living among others, like you, struggling with the hunger together, though it doesn't seem to affect them as badly as it does you. You wonder if all young ones go through the same thing you are going through. It is hard. It is suffering. In any case, you've delayed long enough. You make your way to meet them yet again. Are you quite sure you bathed? Another day, night rather, you are still adjusting. Another pleasant greeting. It is a question you do not answer. You are offered 2 mugs today. You are not thankful. It is not enough. Oh my god, seriously. You chuck them straight away. You're given free food. Free food. You didn't have to even go out and hunt for this. They're giving you a place to stay. They're giving you free stuff. And you're still not thankful, still not satisfied, still not... Ugh. Okay, it's not enough. You chuck them straight away and licking around the edge of your mug to make sure you haven't wasted a bit. It's not enough. I wanted to ask you something. They start. They do not have a mug today. It is a shame. You may have been able to snake their mug again. They are too small. They need to eat more. But if they won't, what harm is in helping them to finish their meal? Waste not, want not. Remember? You do not realise you have inevitably turned out the most of their questions. Focused as you are on that imaginary third mug, they look at you unexpectedly. You should probably apologise. You do not feel sorry. Apologise. Sorry, you offer half-heartedly, rushing your fingers along the bottom of the mug, fruitlessly trying to search out your parley rations. I said, do you remember anything about yourself? A name, perhaps? That question is enough to distract you from your hunger. A little. You think, a name. Something that should be simple. You remember streets you passed on the way to work, books you liked, and games you played, and yet... a name. You rack your mind of any such thing. It's not hard. It's a name. It's what people call you. Your friends, your family, your colleagues. You sit through meaningless words and sounds. None of them seem to matter until you come across 2 words. Yes. That's it. This is yours. You sound the words out. Your own name feels foreign in your mouth, your tongue tripping over the vowels awkwardly. I can't even pronounce my real name. My real name's Courtney. But do you pronounce the T in Courtney? Courtney. Courtney. I don't know how to say my own name. Let me know how to pronounce my name. Do I pronounce the T or not? I do not seem surprised that you took so long for you to remember your own name. It is common for young ones to lose their memory from before they were turned. It's helpful that you at least remember that much. You wonder why they want to know. Come to think of it, you still haven't asked for their name. Well, that is all I wanted to know right now. Should you need anything, my door is a 4th from the left on the ground floor. Please don't leave the hotel for today. They leave before you can get another word in. You move to follow, but they are long gone. For some reason. For some, so with such short legs, they are fast. Speedy! They were all called Sonic, or Flash, or Silver something. I don't know superheroes. I'm geeky, but not in that regards. Silver... Dunno. You find yourself sat on a slightly lumpy armchair in the lobby. You know what to do with yourself for today. Not knowing what to do with yourself for today, the hunger wears you down, and you are tired. The illumination of a street lamp, a single one. This is a dimly lit street, bleeds into the window and spills into your damaged carpeting. They leave before you can get another word in. You move to follow, but they long gone. For someone with such short legs, wait, what? What's happened here? Thank you. You think they'd patch up the windows? Safety hazard, that. Who cares about health and safety, right? You say there's no one in particular, but a voice to your left laughs. Hello. How have you been sitting there? It is hearty laugh, full of character and life. You turn to face the source of the sound. The owner of the voice is a girl. with a head of wild curls. The first thing that strikes you is that she is the exact opposite of them, tall and dark. You can't help but compare the two. You have had very little human, well, undead, whatever, interaction recently. You're a young one, aren't you? You are not sure if you are up for making conversation, though it might help. The hunger churns inside you, and it is plain. It is suffering. It's pain. It is suffering. You are suffering. She's a nice little girl. Little girl, young girl. You know, it's nice. She might be nice. Let's force a conversation. Yeah. You offer her little, but she runs with it. You can't manage much, but you are trying. It's an adjustment. You'll get used to it soon enough. Her words are not much of comfort. You're... what's their face? You know, their pet project or something, right? How they picked you off the street? A real sight and all. What? A project? I'm a project of no one. You nod. You're just tiring. Okay. I apparently need to learn some rules about your society or something. Guess after that, they'll release me back into the wild, as it were. Our society, you're one of us now, one of us, she says. Don't mind them too much. They can be a bit of a tosser. Tell you what, though, is this written by some English person? Tosser is such a typical English thing to say. Oh, you're such a tosser, mate. Don't mind them too much. They can be a bit of a tosser. Tell you what, though, and don't take this the wrong way, but you look awful. I bet you're hungry. Hungry. You're hungry. Your eyes light up in the prospect of food. She laughs again, fumbling into her coat pocket and producing a packet of blood. She tosses it to you as she shoots a sideway glance to the grandfather clock. Ah, I've got to run now, but nice talking to you, she calls as she heads out the front door. Cheers, you mumble. Tearing into the packet, the contents spurs out, splashing you. You are careful to lap up the bits you notice, strewn on your hand and arms before devouring the rest of the packet. Ew, that sounded really gross. You are still not satisfied, but you are less hungry than before. The liquid you've consumed sloshes around your insides as you inspect your hand for any last trace of the packet. There is nothing left on your hands, and as you mourn the last of your snacks, you reflect on the short exchange of words that just now. The girl seemed to be full of energy, despite being what she is. What are you? She seemed alive. Human. You wished you asked for her name. Come to think of it, maybe you should have asked their name. They did say you could find them in their room. Four from the left, you knock, but there's no response. You step inside, careful to close the door behind you. Someone might run into it if you left it open in the hallway. How wouldn't that be funny to witness? You take your surroundings. The first thing that catches your eye is a row of windows. Not only are they boarded up, they are fitted with what seems to be blackened out curtains. Clearly, someone is paranoid. The content of the room is very similar to yours, except in far better condition. Compared to the rest of the hotel, the furniture is modern, a matching set even. You cast a glance around. The bed is made. The linen look freshly laundered. Is there a laundry room here? The lamp on the nightstand is dust-free, and within the closet hangs a row of impeccable tailored clothing. You even take a quick look into the bathroom, testing out the knobs. Of course, their bathroom works. There's one thing they've gotten in here that you haven't, is a desk. However, you hear footsteps approaching. The door However, you hear footsteps approaching the door, and you wonder if you should hide instead of investigating. They said that if I want to be here, go 4-3 on the left. We're here. We'll continue investigating, it's fine. You throw caution to the wind, heading over to the desk. Perhaps papers. Perhaps papers. Papers. Nothing that seems important. Just a load of writing. You take care not to knock anything out of place. One thing catches your eye, a small memo pad. The top sheet has 2 words written on it. They are familiar. Your name. A rustling sound at the door distracts you, and you drop the pad. You walk over to the door. Curiously, from the sound of the footsteps, whoever it was there is now gone. You look at the floor. There is a slim file. Your name is written on it. You immediately open it. There's little on it but basic information. Your name. Your name. That you already knew. Though it surprisingly is a comfort to have it confirmed. Your age. Are you really that old? How old? Gender? Height? Bare bone? You look to the bottom of the page. Your address. You have a home? You remembered the walk to work, but you didn't remember where you were walking from, or even to. This new information is a little comforting. You feel less like them, and more like whoever you used to be. You are sure of it now. Going home will be easy. Your suffering will ease your suffering, surely. They did not say not to leave, though. You struggle a bit internally. It's not as though you intend to stay at home once you get back. It made itself clear that you were to get educated, but you're having a difficult time. I really am having a difficult time. I just tongue-tied to the max here. Remembering your name was a blessing, a reminder of your human self. You can learn to be some semblance of a human, not a monster someone sired you into. You scrap bits of your humanity, your name, your address, are a lifeboat in the sea you have found yourself cast into, and they cannot blame you for trying to help yourself after all. You'll be back before sunrise. You reason with yourself. You place the file back where you found it, and you grit your teeth, ready to set out into the night. The address is clear in your mind, and is not far. You walk fast, keeping your head down, avoiding people on the streets. The hunger still calls you. You cling to your name. You cling to the home you are returning to. You are not a monster. You will learn. You approach your first destination, the alley where it began, where you were presumably sired, where you were presumably sired and subsequently dumped. There is no police tape, no white outline. It is as though nothing happened. They took care of it. You make a mental note to thank them for all their help when you return to the hotel. But you have somewhere to be right now. If you could just... there it is. You reach behind the dumpster, fingers straining, grasping, and you grab hold of it, the key. It feels like yours. It feels like home. Clutching your prize to your chest, you continue on your destination. Home is not far. The key fits, interlock easily, and with a turn, you open the door. Stepping in, a welcome smell fills your senses. This is definitely familiar. This is home. You shut the door behind you and look around. It is a sparse apartment. You are clearly not a person of excess. You are filled with excitement and the prospect of learning what you are like as a human, but at the same time, it's still here. The hunger. You push the hunger to the back of your mind. It strains against you, fighting, but you fight back. There's little in the apartment. The furniture seems as though it came straight from the catalogue. Nice, organised, but there's a little personality in the decor. Perhaps you are the practical sort. It is a small apartment. You live alone. You head into the bedroom. You survey your day, disappointed at your findings. There's little. I actually recognise this music. Dunno, it's nice though. There's little to do. There's little to do. Oh my god, my terrible fucking stutter. There's little to differentiate. There's little to differentiate. Fucking. There's little to differentiate between your room here and your hotel room, but at least your furniture matches. A bed, a nightstand, a closet, and a bathroom. Let's go. I want to look at a bathroom first this time. I couldn't look at the bathroom in the hotel. For a small apartment, the bathroom is large and well equipped. You glance over the toiletries. Some of them are quite small. You sneak a small bar of lavender soap into your pocket and you turn to leave. But what was that in the peripheral of your vision? You look at yourself in the mirror. Your reflection is clear and crisp. Your eyes are wide, and your face still speckled with blood despite your best attempt earlier to clean it off yourself. You are a monster. You? Me? What? That was the end? But I could see myself in the reflection. Maybe I was a werewolf after all. There are many endings to this game, by the way. That's just one of them. It's quite alright. That's very bright. There's no load point. So I can't even see if I can get any other endings. I can't have to go through all of that. Okay. Do I? I mean, that's an hour's worth of content just there. If I cut out all of my weird stumbles, because I'm terrible at reading. I love like text-based games, but I'm absolutely horrendous at reading it out loud. I have a natural nasty stutter anyway, but I just get really, really badly tongue-tied, and yeah, I suffer quite badly with dyslexia as well. But over the years, I've managed to improve on that, just kind of teach myself on how to actually properly read. And even just like throughout like my YouTube years, you can see just throughout like stages of where I've actually managed to actually get better at reading. But I do love text-based games. This is actually a really good one, to be fair. Yes, it's a text-based game, but it is very, very what's the right word here? It's very read heavy, if that makes sense. As in, there's not much in the way of actual gameplay. You get to choose little bits here and there, but it is mainly just reading. But that's cool. That's cool. At least there was actually some form of interaction. Whereas quite often, especially nowadays, you look on the like text-based visual novel-y type genre of games, and it literally is just reading a book. There is no interaction whatsoever. So it's nice to actually have a bit of interaction. I played a game like that, the Green Railing, whatever it was, the Ghost Story one, and there was no interaction with that, which was just a terrible story. But yeah, I enjoyed this. You Are Hungry. Great soundtrack actually. It had like really, really good sound effects and music to it. It actually really kind of brought the atmosphere together. It was really, really nice. I really like the in it. I was like, it's quite cool music here. I quite like it. But good story, good story. I'm again not sure if it's just because of my terrible reading, but there were some bits that didn't quite flow off the tongue properly. But other than that, I didn't really see much in the way of like mistakes in the writing as such. Not really. So that's pretty good for a text-based game. They've actually, you know, paid attention to the words written. Yeah, good story. So I think there's 4 endings to this. There will be a link in the description below if you want to try and get the other 3 endings. I can see what choices you'd have to do to get the other endings. So, I mean, obviously you go for the hungry route of just constantly just trying to get more and more food, because I kind of went on the kind of I'm limiting myself route to try and be a good monster. I don't know, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, actually. I liked how they got little... I wasn't looking at the pages, but I'll look at the pages during the editing, because I was too busy just trying to read it. But I liked how there was like nice little pictures to go between scenes, stuff like that. There's extra characters and dialogue, and I liked it. I want to know more about this girl, though. Who was this girl? Dunno. Curious. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I might at some point come back to this, but dunno. Let me know what you thought of this game in the comment section below. Sorry for my terrible reading. I always say this for like text-based games type thing, but yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this, then please remember to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I shall see you all in the next video. Cheerio.